Greetings! I am Saki Ilyama, a second-year BS Ed English student of Negros Oriental State University, Shaton campus. Today, I will do a review on the 2000 film entitled The Miracle Worker. This American made-for-television biographical film is based on William Gibson's 1959 play of the same name, which first aired on television anthology series Playhouse 90 in 1957. The movie was directed by Nadia Tas and released on November 12, 2000 at the United States of America. It's about the teacher. Miss Annie Sullivan leads deaf and blind Helen Keller out of darkness and teaches her about language. The setting takes place in the 1880s and begins at the Keller's home in Tuscumbia, Alabama. And the genre of this film is drama. The plot of the film is captivating. The plot goes with Helen Keller that has been blind and deaf since she was a baby due to a terrible fever, and she has spent years unable to communicate, which has left her frustrated and occasionally violent. Helen's parents contact a blind school which sends half-blind Annie Sullivan to teach her as a last resort before she is institutionalized. Helen is initially resistant, but Annie develops a bond with her over time and shows her how to reach out to others. Helen's relationship with Annie and the transformation it brings has a ripple effect on her family. Her brother earns their father's adult voice by defending Annie's teaching methods. Helen's parents are influenced by Annie's patient, understanding, and loving discipline methods. Finally, Annie develops her own voice of authority and expertise as a result of her interactions with the family. This remarkable story is one of love and perseverance. Helen's life began in darkness and chaos, but she was able to transform into a fully integrated adult, and thanks to the efforts of a teacher who recognized not only what Helen lacked, but also what Helen required. Annie provided her with discipline, language, and most importantly, hope. The characters of the film are the following. The major characters are Annie Sullivan as Allison Elliot, who is the miracle worker of the play, and the play's protagonist. Helen Keller as Haley Eisenberg is one of the two main characters of the miracle worker. In real life, she was one of the most famous Americans of her time. Despite being blind and deaf, she learned. Kate Keller as Kate Greenhouse is the mother of Helen and the second considerably younger wife of Captain Arthur Keller, a kind and loving woman, a loyal mother to Helen. Next is Captain Arthur Keller as David Strathairn, the gruff, middle-aged patriarch of the Keller family. He's frequently confused about what's going on and seems much less sensitive to the needs of the rest of his family than Kate. Next is James Keller as Lucas Black, the adult son of Arthur Keller from his first marriage. Helen Keller is James' half-sister, and Kate Keller is his stepmother. For most of the play, James is a laconic, wise-cracking cynic. James Sullivan as Jimmy, as Liam Robinson is Annie Sullivan's little brother, is never seen on stage, but his voice is an important presence in the play. James and Annie grew up in extreme poverty and eventually were taken to live. Next is Aunt Eve as Patricia Gage, is a sister of Captain Arthur Keller. A minor character in the play, she is nonetheless a staple character around the Keller's household, taking care of Helen or making her dolls. Next is Anagnos as Demir Andre, the director of the Perkins Institute for the Blind. In the play, Anagnos is Annie Sullivan's teacher. He has known her since she was a child and worked closely with her too. Also, the following are our minor characters. The following are the features of the film. First is music by William Goldstein. I love the music used, which is entirely classical. It has variations, which brings us to different emotions. I was stunned and somewhat overjoyed during the scene when Miss Annie wants Helen to behave in the table, especially when she tried to teach her how to use a spoon. And the music there seems so playful. Next is cinematography. In my observation, each scene shows a spectacular classical vibe. This version has been Disneyfied in predictable ways. It has been dumbed down, cleaned up, and sweetened. However, it is unusually bright and colorful for a film about blindness. Next is the acting. In my opinion, the acting is so natural and genuine, especially to Miss Annie. I was touched the way they portrayed the story because, as a future educator, I'll be doing the same as Miss Annie Sullivan did to Helen. Next is the dialogue. The dialogue is the soul of every movie. Through it, I was able to pinpoint the conflict and so on. I'm impressed by the choice of words, especially in Miss Annie's part. I've gathered so much inspiring lines about language. Next is the most memorable scene in the movie. It is when Miss Annie taught Helen how to eat properly in the table. I felt mix of emotions because it's funny, at the same time annoying in Helen's part because she's hard-headed. I was emotional and thrilled when Miss Annie taught her words in the pomp. And I was amazed because Helen almost uttered the word water. And there's goosebumps because I can see that Helen changed and there's a miracle happen, and that's because of her teacher Annie. The connection that they have built is because of the love, perseverance, and patience of Miss Annie Sullivan. There are certain lines in the movie that was fascinating. It includes when Miss Sullivan said that language is more important to the mind than light to the eye. And also, everything is possible with patience. Observations. The movie's main theme is about communication. Upon watching the entire movie, there is a language development happened, knowing that Helen Keller is both deaf and blind. So what happened is that the movie manifested with Miss Sullivan the application of spatial language. Through the process, I've observed that Helen is a smart child, but she lacks guidance from her parents. Every time she made mistakes, her parents tolerate her by giving a reward represented by the candy. When I was a kid, I believed that speaking a language is about saying it through our mouths. However, as time goes our ways, with education, I've observed that there are types of communication, and that includes nonverbal communication. For my realizations, after watching the movie, I have recalled this line: disability is not a stumbling block towards success. We can learn how to acquire knowledge through our hard work and passion. This is possible if we are eager to learn and discover something new and different. Helen Keller have lost her sense of sight and hearing, but that was not a hindrance to her success. I've also realized that this movie doesn't only focus on Helen's success, but also the success of Miss Sullivan as a teacher. I must say that she's an effective and excellent teacher that everyone must look up to. Though she has disability, it doesn't stop her to achieve the things that she's passionate about. The movie Miracle Worker gives every teacher and learner hope that there are things that we thought were impossible but became possible because we persevered long enough. I believe in and appreciate Annie Sullivan's passion and commitment to teaching Helen Keller, a deaf, mute, and blind child. Annie Sullivan is just one of the many teachers who have dedicated their lives to becoming catalysts of the well-rounded development of differently abled children. She is the reason why Helen had a rebirth and find the light of wisdom and hope. Helen Keller became an American author, disability rights advocate, political activist, and lecturer that lead her to various awards and achievements. Helen Keller rose to become a major 20th century humanitarian, educator, and writer. She advocated for the blind and for women's suffrage and co-founded the American Civil Liberties Union. This story is inspiring in a way that it illuminated me as a future educator that there's no impossible with patience and perseverance. I will always put that in my heart. Recommendation. As I have said that Annie Sullivan is just one of the many teachers who have dedicated their lives to becoming catalysts for the well-rounded development of differently abled children. The film demonstrated an effective teaching strategies for providing special education to children with multiple sensory impairments. As a future educator, I will recommend to really value patience because that's what we need to deal with students like Helen. Parents' guidance, support, and motivation is important for this case, and constant motivation and encouragement will help them boost their confidence. As my overall rate to the movie, I will give it 10 over 10 because it's so inspiring and it taught me significant values as well. Therefore, I'm encouraging everyone to watch The Miracle Worker. But remember, for children ages below 10 years old, it needs parental guidance because there were scenes that children might do even if it's not good. I think that's all with my review. I hope you've gained something. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a great day.